This is a battle report between Beastmen and the Ogre Kingdoms. This is a ongoing grudge match between the Beastmen and the Ogre Kingdoms. This time I'm going to use, instead of using the Doom Bull and a Minotaur, I'm going to use a Bestigor and a Beast Lord. I also gave the Exalted Hero the Ruby Ring of Ruin, which you know, something I needed in my army anyway. As you can see, this is deployment. He has a unit of Iron Guts in the front. Back behind the Iron Guts is a Stonehorn, and back into the left is a unit of Bulls, which is where his general's at. And then to the right of that, you have 2 units of Lead Belchers, and behind the Lead Belchers, way in the back, is the BSB. He put him there. He wants to try to protect him. On my side over here, I have a unit of 50 Gore with all 3 of my sorcerers in there. I have a level 4 and 2 level 2s. 2 level 2s of Beast, and 1 level 4 of Shadow. And in the middle, I have an Ungor unit of 40, full command. And also on the right in my Gore unit, I have my BSB with the Beast banner. And over in the Beast, the Bestigor unit, I have the Totem of Rust and my general, who has a Troll Hide, which gives him regen of a 4, and he has a 2+ ward save against flaming attacks. And over far to the left, there is a unit of Centaur. I get first turn. I move the Fin Beast, which is the gray piece there. I still haven't painted, up 10 inches. And the first turn, I want to target that Thunder Tusk over there with something to manipulate his strength. And in the center, I want to hit this unit with the unit across from me with the Pit of Shades on the giant monster back there, the Stone Tusk, because those things are annoying. And here's my magic phase. I put Pit of Shades in the middle unit, and it drifts off and it hits his general, and he actually fails his initiative test and dies. So, and that was his mage too. His general was his mage, and so that was huge. I killed his mage first turn. So my magic is going to be quite easy to do. And over on the right, I would drop these guys' ballistic skill by 2, and over on the left, I drop the strength of this creature by 1. And so, turn 1, it started off bad for the ogres. I kind of felt bad about it, but hey. And in his turn, he tries to charge the Centaur. This is the bottom of the first, and they flee and run through a river, and one of them dies. So I'm already starting off bad my first time using the Centaur. He decides not to charge the Fin Beast, and that's cool. That's fine with me. And he shoots at the Gore, and I think he kills 2 with both of those Lead Belchers. He kills two of my Gore there. And in my turn, top of turn 2, I force my Ungor forward. Everybody else moves forward, kind of is pedaling up. I want his main unit to hit them in the face, charge them in the face, and I think the Gore can hold him. The Ungor can hold him. In my magic phase, I cast Licensed Wild Form of the Ungor, so now they're Strength 4, Toughness 4. And then I cast Curse of On here on his main unit, his Iron Gut unit. And so now they're -1 to hit the Ungor, and the Ungor has Strength 4. And in his turn, bottom of turn 2, he charges the Iron Guts in. They're going to need 5s to hit the Ungor because their weapon skill is 3, and the Ungor's weapon skill is also 3. So they would need 4s, but because of Curse, they need 5s. And he does 6 or so wounds. I think he does 8. And then the Ungor actually do wounds. And the only thing I need the Ungor to do is to survive, so the Bestigor can run in and do some damage as well. And also so that the Fin Beast can get in there and raise some havoc. When he charged in, because of the curse, he actually loses an ogre on the charge end, so that helps. And it actually does a wound to another one, and it does a wound to his Slaughtermaster, I think that is. And so that was awesome. And also at the top of my turn, I charge, and then I charge with both of the units. I charge the Fin Beast and the Bestigor to get in there. I also drop their strength of the actual main unit by 2, and I drop their weapon skill. I think I dropped the weapon skill by 2, so that's awesome. In the close combat, I challenged with the Beast Lord against his Tyrant. That's who it was. That was his Tyrant. I think he had 2 Tyrants, and the Beast Lord takes on 2 wounds, and the Tyrant does 3 wounds to the Tyrant, and the Ungor unleash hell on the the Iron Guts, and yeah, that was awesome to see Ungor beat down some Iron Guts and a Beast Lord take on a Tyrant. Splendid, splendid. This is how he moves his units and stuff. He actually does charge into the Centaur. I decide to hold because I don't want him to redirect into the Bestigor as they're fighting in this large combat. And over here, I cast Wyson's Wild Form again on the Ungor. Since they're doing so well, might as well keep it going. Or no. Nah, this is his close combat because he didn't have a magic phase. I kill the Tyrant in close combat. The Beast Lord does, and the Ungor do a bunch of damage to the Iron Guts again. Or they will. It's hard to see because they have this the way that they actually made this app. But anyway, they kill the Centaur with the impact hits alone. He rolls 12s and 11s on all of his charges. And then in that close combat, that's what happens. That unit breaks and runs. The Ungor run, try to chase him down, and they actually run into the giant monster in the middle. And then the Fin Beast actually overruns and runs into his BSB. And there, at the back of the table, that's where you see his Iron Guts, the remnants of them. So Iron Guts just got their face handed to him by Ungor. Fantastic. And well, another reason why the Iron Guts got beaten up so bad was the Totem of Rust was right there. So they didn't have any armor against the Ungor. And so that's one of the reasons why. But I definitely didn't want the Ungor to overrun into that monster, though. I just wanted them. I mean, that was going to happen if they would have caught him anyway, but I really wanted to catch him. But anyway, in my turn, I decided to go ahead and charge the Gore, and I probably should have kept the Gore back so they could just keep casting, and also to deny points. So that probably been the better choice, but it was still a fun thing to do, to charge the Gore like that. And then I realized, wait a minute, I missed the charge, and I missed the charge, and it was just far enough for him to actually charge me in his turn. So that's what he does. He charges me in his turn, and that's not going to be good. Because in my turn, I really didn't have anything else to do. I mean, except get beat up by the giant monster. So I turn and face the giant monster. He charges in his turn, and yeah, I figure they should win that close combat between the monster and the Bestigor, because they're negating all of his armor and their strength is 6. So yeah, it should go well for the Ungor. Over here, I got charged in the flank and in the front of with the Gore unit. Didn't expect that, and I got a bunch of impact hits done to me. It's a lot faster of a game when your opponent has no magic phase. The Fin Beast is still holding on in the middle. It takes a wound. Takes 2 wounds now. The Ungor actually do a wound, a single wound against the Stone Tusk. And the Gore, I try to cast Alchemist's Mind Razor on him. That didn't work. And then I cast, no, I didn't cast anything on him because I cast on the Ungor and I got Irresistible, and it blew apart half the unit, which sucked. That's what happened. I cast that spell on the Ungor, the +1 strength, +1 toughness, which means nothing against a giant monster like that. Anyway, I should have used it with the gore. Excuse me. And over here in close combat, the best of gore chew up the monster. They already got a banner. And despite the fact that they were blown apart by their own magic, they actually won close combat against those bulls. They killed them, reformed against the new opponent, and then in his turn they get charged by the remnants of the Iron Guts unit. I'm still uneasy about this. I have a sizable amount of gore, but this is what happens, right? That was in my turn. I had actually cast Savage Beast of Horrors on the 2 sorcerers that were there, and so I was able to fight back. I killed the remnants of the Iron Gut unit, but not enough wounds. I broke, and he chased, but I ran 4 inches. He ran 3 inches to catch me. So that sorcerer is saved. The end of the game, he twists his army around, and because he couldn't make the charge to the sorcerer because he was out of sight. And that was pretty much the end of the game. What you see on the table is what's left. I actually like this list. I like it better than I like the Minotaur list. The Chaos Spine Beast is not really my thing, but I do like the Fem Beast. And the 2 Lore Beast sorcerers, that's Prey Shamans. That's a really good. I like that, and I like that with the level 4 Beast, because it gives me a lot of manipulation options. It's a lot of augments and a lot of hexes going on, so that's pretty cool. And because that's all Beastmen need is a little boost, you know what I mean, just to level out the playing field a little bit, because they don't need to level out too much, but they need to level it out to where they actually have advantages. That was the end of the battle. The Harpies didn't really do anything. They did jump in the way of his final charge against the Gore unit, but it would have been the same result had he made that charge anyway. So my other option, instead of having Harpies, I could put a Razor Gore in there, and so I might actually do a battle report next week with the Razor Gore in, and just to see and to get an actual a fair judgment of the prowess of the Razor Gore, we're probably going against the Ogres again. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, or comment. Cheers.